Hello, I'm Stephen Hammond with Christian Values Investing. I have been approached by a few people asking, will Bitcoin, will gold, will silver, will they be good for 2025? And we're going to attempt to answer that question over the next few minutes. Historically, when we have a new president, the stock market typically does pretty well. And we're moving into an environment now where it looks like inflation is slowing down, interest rates are coming down, and typically what happens is that is a good sign for the market going forward. And so what we have realized is that when you're looking at precious metals such as gold and silver, they typically do pretty well as the stock market is going up. So what happens when interest rates fall? The value of the dollar typically decreases, and when that happens, that strengthens gold and silver, and they both do pretty well. And as the market goes up, Bitcoin has done very well. The question that we've been asked is, will this continue? As long as the market continues to go up, gold and silver and Bitcoin should continue to go up. Now, if the market has a pullback, and I expect sometime in the next 6 months we will have a pullback in the market. It's very healthy for the market to have a pullback from time to time, and when that happens, I think gold and silver and Bitcoin will pull back, but we really believe going forward these will be some strong asset classes that investors should look at and consider. Bitcoin is becoming, it seems like, more and more popular. More and more organizations are taking Bitcoin as investors become more aware of it and they're feeling more comfortable with cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is becoming more mainstream and it is doing really, really well. Now, Grayson, I kind of doubt that Bitcoin probably for the next 5, maybe even 10 years, if it will become a medium of exchange, kind of like the dollar, I think is more going to be in line and act more like an investment, and people will treat it more like an investment. What's your thoughts on that?
I think you're probably right. There could be a day when Bitcoin does become a medium of exchange, but I believe that would be out of necessity. I don't think people are going to jump through the hoops just to go buy a cheeseburger with Bitcoin when they have a US dollar that's easy to use already, and they don't need to go and cash out their Bitcoin that's already such a good investment and is still on track for so much growth. Now, if there was a time when the US dollar ever failed, there might be people that would go to that. They might go to gold and silver. They might go to other cryptocurrencies or even other fiat currencies like the Swiss franc. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I kind of doubt that Bitcoin would be something that you'd go and buy a double stack from McDonald's or Wendy's with right now.
But tell us a little bit, because we're hearing a lot about a federal Bitcoin reserve. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of speculation on that. I've heard a lot of people say it's not going to happen. Basically what they were going to do was, whenever they had Bitcoin seizures, which means like if somebody gets caught with illegal money that they have been laundering with Bitcoin, instead of selling it or auctioning it, basically what they would do is just put it into a piggy bank and it would be the Bitcoin reserve. They're not going to go buy any, but they would have some on their books. And some people are floating it as a method to pay off national debt. I don't think that I'm holding my breath on that one. But I do think that it's an interesting idea to have some. Basically, like anybody, it would be good to have some of your portfolio in this growing asset class.
Based on that answer, Grayson, where does a person, an investor, need to be, you think, to have Bitcoin, gold, or silver in their portfolio?
Well, all of them are good, and I think that it's really going to come down most of the time to what your risk tolerance is. If you're somebody that wants to see a lot more growth and you can deal with more volatility, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies might be a good fit for you. If you're somebody that doesn't really like that, maybe you're a retiree, maybe you're more middle of the road on the risk tolerance scale, maybe gold and silver would be a better asset class because they'll grow and they'll be stable in times of inflation, but they're not going to swing as wildly most of the time as Bitcoin will. But all three of them are good to hold. Maybe not 50% in Bitcoin if you have a lower risk tolerance, but they're all three good asset classes, and they're going to be on track for growth over the next 3, 5, 10 years.
So Christian Values Investing is bullish on gold, silver, and Bitcoin for 2025. And how much of each you should have in your portfolio is going to be determined by your risk tolerance. For Bitcoin, you're going to have a whole lot more risk, be more of a risk taker because it does fluctuate a whole lot. Until next time, may God richly bless you.